It says, after considering the record, and by the record they mean all the factual evidence at this preliminary stage, we conclude that it is likely that the president lawfully exercised his statutory authority under 10 U.S.C. section 12406. That's the statute we've been referring to as Title 10 when we have conversations about the National Guard deployments, which authorizes the federalization of the National Guard when the president is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States. And this is the important part. The evidence the president relied on reflects, quote, a colorable assessment of the facts and law within a range of honest judgment. We thus conclude that defendants are likely to succeed on the merits of their appeal, basically saying that when and if a court considers all of the record in this matter is tried and it gets back to an appellate court through an ordinary process where they have full briefing and full evidence, that they still think Donald Trump is likely to prevail there because he has the discretion to determine as the president within a range of honest judgment.
Now, I'm delighted to introduce my next guest back on the show following his sold-out tour with Jordan Peterson. Dave Rubin, host of the Rubin Report, has returned to Australia for 3 shows in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. The dates are on the screen. Dave Rubin, thank you for joining me here in Melbourne. We've just had one of the most momentous weeks for any US president. How do you see the peace deal and what Donald Trump has been able to achieve in his second term?
Yeah, well, first off, Rita, it's really good to see you again. I feel like we're old friends at this point, which doesn't seem possible, but the last time I saw you was right here in this city in 2000. It was February of 2019, and the world has changed awful lot since then.
That's just a memory hole, that entire little COVID era, because as you know, in Melbourne here, we had 6 lockdowns. We went quite crazy.
You guys did. I was in California, and I was looking at you guys like, boy, this is a bit much. But all of that aside, look, this has been an unbelievable week, not only for Donald Trump, but the United States of America, the Middle East, and I would say literally for the entire globe. I am not one of the people that's going to sit here and tell you that this is peace in the way that we all want peace to be, like the end of a movie where everyone's going to be happy and we enter utopia together. But what peace can be in the Middle East is, at least for now, the end of the fighting. At least the Israelis have the hostages back. At least the Gazans will have a chance to rebuild, and they're the ones that are going to have to deal with de-radicalization and getting rid of whatever remnants of Hamas are. But I would say in the broader Middle East, the idea that Israel is there. And if the Arab states can accept it, if the Houthis can stop shooting rockets, Hezbollah's largely been destroyed in Lebanon. The Iranians lost their airspace in basically 24 hours in the quickest war that anyone ever, there were all these people screaming about World War III. It was a 12-day war. So the enemies of Israel have realized, hey, they're there. And if you reach your hand out in peace, you will find a hand outstretched to you. That has become very clear. I think there will be an extension of the Abraham Accords. And then to whatever degree the Palestinians are able to build a civil society, they will be able to find some way to continue that with the Israelis. So it is a really, really good time. And Donald Trump deserves all of the credit. Nobody else was going to do this. We're through 4 years of a fog of a presidency under Biden or whoever was running it. And it would have... Is apt. Word. I would say it's apt. It's probably, or an auto pen presidency, whatever it was, and it could have been Kamala Harris, who nobody had any faith in and was certainly not qualified to be president. She wasn't qualified to be vice president either, but that's a whole other issue. So Donald Trump deserves the credit. The world is a safer place right now, and we just need good people to keep forging that forward.